In today's session, we'll be talking about indices. Indices is a very important concept when it comes to mathematics, further mathematics, physics in general. If you pay attention to your indices, close to 50 to 80% of your mathematics problem is sorted. And in today's class, we'll be talking about the laws of indices. Some people will call it laws, but I will call it foundation, because without indices, there's a problem. Now, the first law of indices, which is what I will call the addition law. Now, the addition law here says that x raised to power a multiplied by x raised to power b. This is equivalent to x raised to power a plus b. This is only possible when the base values is the same. For instance, if we have x raised to power a multiplied by y raised to power b. Now this is equivalent to x raised to power a, y raised to power b. Nothing can be done. But if their base values are the same, then the addition law would work. For instance, you have 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 4. Therefore, this is equal to 2 raised to power 3 plus 4, which implies 2 raised to power 7. Moving ahead to the second law, which is what we call the subtraction law. X raised to power a divided by x raised to power b. This is equivalent to x raised to power a minus b. What do we mean? So for instance, we have, let's say we have 5 raised to power 3 divided by 5 raised to power 1. This here is equal to 5 raised to power 3 minus 1, which is equal to 5 raised to power 2. However, if we have x raised to power 2 all over y raised to power 5, the base value here is different, because here this is x, this is 5. Nothing can be done. So the subtraction law would not apply. Moving ahead, we have the third law, and our third law is the zero law. The zero law is a very, very important concept. We almost cannot do mathematics in general without the zero law. And the zero law says that anything raised to power 0 is 1. X raised to power 0 is 1. 5 raised to power 0 is 1. 3 raised to power 0 is 1. 5,000 raised to power 0 is 1. Since all of this is 1, now I would like you to do this. Pause your video. 3x raised to power 0. Pause your video and attempt. So 3x raised to power 0 is not equal to 1. But 3x raised to power 0 is equal to 3. Now the question is, why? Because we just said right now that the law says that anything raised to power 0 is 1. How come there is an exception for 3x raised to power 0? Now I would like to let you know that 3x raised to power 0 is the same as 3 multiplied by x raised to power 0. So the raised to power 0 in question is for the x alone, not the 3. Therefore, this becomes 3 times x raised to power 0 is 1. 3 times 1 is equal to 3. But if we want the x and the 3 to be together, it has to come with bracket. If that 0 must work for the 3 and x, it has to what? Have a bracket. This means that 3x raised to power 0 is equal to 1. So how is that possible? The bracket introduced is now for 3 and also for x. So this means that if we expand this, this is 3 raised to power 0 multiplied by x raised to power 0, which is equal to 1 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 1. Therefore, for the zero law to cover through, it has to what? It has to be in bracket form. Now let's move ahead to the third law. So our fourth law here says reciprocal law. Now what is the reciprocal law saying? X raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over x. Y raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over y. Now look at, there's a pattern. 2 raised to power minus 2 is not equal to 2 over what? 2 over 2. Do not try this. Some students would say that, okay, look at the pattern, please. This would not work. Therefore, what would it be? 2 raised to power minus 2 is equal to 1 over 2 raised to power 2. Therefore, this here means x raised to power minus 1 is equal to 1 over x raised to power 1. The question now is, how come? Why is this so? Now, the 1 here signifies, is from the division. The 1 here is from what? The subtraction sign. We can reverse 1 over x, the reciprocal. So I'll call this here positive reciprocal. And I'll call this negative reciprocal. So both of these cases are reversible. What do I mean by reversible? 1 over x is the same thing as, we can reverse this. If we are going to reverse this, we have to call on the zero law, because we just said that anything raised to power 0 is 1. Therefore, we can say this is x raised to power 0, which is same as 1, all over x raised to power 1. Now we call on the second law, which is the subtraction law, which says that if the base values are the same under division, we subtract their power equivalent. Therefore, this becomes x raised to power 0 minus 1, which is equal to what? X raised to power minus 1. So what did we just do? We converted positive reciprocal into negative reciprocal, and negative reciprocal can also be converted into positive reciprocal. Now, how about it? We have 5 raised to power minus 2. 5 raised to power minus 2 is equal to 1 over 5 raised to power 2, which is equal to 1 over 25. Moving ahead, how about reciprocal in brackets? So if we have 5x raised to power minus 1, look at this case, and 5x in bracket raised to power minus 1. In this case, we introduce a multiplication. 5 times x raised to power minus 1 would reveal your moves. Therefore, this becomes 5 times 1 over x raised to power 1, which is equivalent to 5 over x raised to power 1. However, in this case, because there is a bracket, because we have a bracket, this is now equal to 1 all over 5x all raised to power 1, which is equal to 1 over 5x. So the concept of bracket is very, very important. Very, very important in mathematics. Please, we do not overlook it. Now, the question, what is the reciprocal of a fraction? What is the reciprocal of a fraction? Let's say you have x over y raised to power minus 1. Now, the reciprocal of a fraction is an interchange of the numerator with the denominator and the what? Denominator with the numerator. Whenever this interchange happens, your reciprocal sign is gone. Therefore, this means that x over y raised to power minus 1 is the same thing as y over x all raised to power 1. So if you notice what just happened here, there's an interchange. And after the interchange, the negative sign here is gone. This is now equal to y over x. Moving ahead. So if we have 4 over 3 raised to power minus 1, 4 over 3 raised to power minus 1 is the same as 3 over 4 raised to power 1. So if we have a value saying 3 over 5 raised to power minus 2, 3 over 5 raised to power minus 2 is equivalent to 5 over 3 all raised to power 2, which is equal to 5 raised to power 2 over 3 raised to power 2. 5 raised to power 2 is 25 all over 3 raised to power 2, which is 9. Moving ahead to the next law. The next law, which is our fifth law now, is the root law. Now, what is our root law? X raised to power 1 over a is equal to what? A root of x. 5 raised to power 1 over 2 is equal to square root of 5. However, for square root, we do not need to introduce the 2. It can be written as square root of 5 for square root alone. However, if we go beyond square root, let's say 5 raised to power 1 over 3, it has to be indicated cube root of 5. 5 raised to power 1 over 10, 10th root of 5. Therefore, how about a case where we have various power? Let's say x raised to power a over b. X raised to power a over b, this is equal to b root of x, all enclosed in a bracket, raised to power a. Pay attention. The denominator would always be the root. Then we have this. We can look at it in this light. X raised to power a over b. We can look at it in this light, saying this is the same thing as x raised to power 1 over b, all raised to power a. Therefore, this becomes your root. B root of x, you have your raised to power a. The sixth law is the law of exponent. The law of exponent. So if we have x raised to power a raised to power b, this is equivalent to x raised to power a multiplied by b, which is x raised to power a b. So what does this mean? If we have 2 raised to power 3 raised to power 4, this is equivalent to 2 raised to power 3 times 4, which is equal to 2 raised to power 12. How about a case whereby we have negative? 2 raised to power minus 3 all raised to power 4. Therefore, this is equal to 2 raised to power minus 12. This is negative reciprocal. So I would like you to turn it into the positive reciprocal, which is equal to 1 over 2 raised to power 12. This is your positive reciprocal.